Hi guys, my name is Ariante. If you're watching this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. Today I wanted to discuss with you guys paradigms, and if you don't know what a paradigm is, I found the best definition for my video and I wrote it down. So a paradigm is a series of concepts and thought patterns that shapes one's view of the world. And over this last week or two, I find myself in the most intense paradigm shift. And so let's just talk about paradigms for a second. So a paradigm is your concepts and your thought patterns that shape your view of the world. And everybody around you lives in their own paradigm. And the closer that we can get all of our paradigms in sync, the more better we communicate with each other, the more better we can be at attaining the things we want from each other, as opposed to being separate and having that disconnection. And so I've been being challenged a lot by the people around me, and they're not challenging me, it's my control and my need to control everybody else's paradigm, including my own, that is causing me disconnection in the world. But if I can truly look at a paradigm simply as a basic set of thought processes that I have towards the true nature of what life really is, then I can see that everyone else is living in that same way too. What is that quote? There's your truth, their truth, and what truly happened. And so we have to acknowledge that what truly happened is not my truth, and what truly happened is not the other person's truth either. But if we cannot look at things in terms of what this person did to me or what I did to that person, and look at what was the breakdown in communication or what was the breakdown in the issue, then we can really start to work with people better and get more of what we want from people. But on a personal scale, when we look at paradigms, if I can understand my paradigm and other people's paradigm, I don't even need to necessarily make them believe my paradigm to shift the focus of the paradigm. All I need to do is be able to step into other people's paradigm. Have you ever heard like just silence being a virtue? Like that aspect of silence. When you're silent, you can sit and listen. And when you sit and listen, you can learn exactly how everyone thinks. And then you can look more for the similarities and how they think like you, as opposed to breaking down how they think differently. And when we can learn to think more like each other, we're going to have so much more success in the future thinking more like each other than breaking each other's paradigms down. And so I find myself in a paradigm shift. And so a paradigm shift, it just means that everything that I view of the world and every way I think is just being shifted in a different direction. My perspective on the very existence of myself is changing. And with that perspective changing, I grow to understand that I can shift into anybody's paradigm. And a lot of times we do that in an unhealthy way when we take on the other's opinions and things of that nature. I'm not speaking on taking on another person's opinion or taking on their paradigm. I'm only speaking of the true balance of being able to shift into their paradigm, see how their paradigm matches yours, and then guide more or less the conversation so that you guys can join as close to possible in the truth, as opposed to each other's paradigms. And so now I find myself working on it, because I talk way too much, but only speaking to improve upon the silence. It's one of my favorite quotes. It's why I tattooed silence on my hand, because I wanted to constantly remind myself to be silent. And there's another quote that said, nothing ever comes from you talking. No lessons are ever learned from you talking. You can only learn from observing or hearing other people talk. Even if it's to learn how you don't want to do something, it's important to let other people talk, because you're going to gain so much life perspective from listening to their paradigm, because you share paradigms with a lot of people that have a very similar paradigm to you, but you also meet people that have very opposite paradigms to you. And when you meet people that have opposite paradigms, you can learn how everybody in the world thinks by just simply studying the paradigms of the people around you, because you're going to meet so many more people that live in their paradigm, like you meet people that live in your paradigm. And the more we can join all of those paradigms to one, we can see the true nature of the world. And so this concept of paradigms has just been very beautiful to me. I know I'm saying paradigms so much, but that's what the video is called, paradigms. But just the knowledge that everyone's concepts and thought processes are different is so important for us to understand, that we don't need to control anyone's concepts or thought processes. We need to understand their concepts and thought processes so we can see how it matches with ours or where it doesn't match with ours, so that we can understand what perspectives are important to follow and what perspectives are important to shy away from. So if you're watching this video, I hope that you learn to cultivate more silence, like I'm learning to shut up, and just listen to people talk, because if I want control of everyone else's paradigm so bad, I'm gonna talk so much that I'm always gonna push people away from me, because I want to control their paradigm instead of just letting them be free to live in their paradigm. And so paradigms are everything and nothing at all, because as true as they are to us, they're nothing to everyone else. And so understanding your paradigm and how you view the world is just as important as understanding everyone else's paradigm and how they view the world. And it just leads us to the supreme understanding. And I guess understanding is the last part of that truth. Your truth, their truth, and the truth of what really happened. Understanding is the only real truth of what really is happening and going on. Like, understanding is our only connection to everyone around us. So I hope this wasn't too deep for the intro, but if it was, that's good, because it's not the intro. This is like video 120 or something that I've posted on YouTube. So I just hope you guys can follow and understand what I'm saying, and maybe dive a little more into paradigms, because there's a world full of depth and knowledge in paradigms. It's not all coming out of my mouth in this one video, and my intention is never to show you my paradigm and how I view things. It's to open up your paradigm a little bigger into new concepts that you haven't maybe researched or done work in, because maybe you should learn about paradigms and how learning the knowledge of paradigms can help you empower your life. And so if you're watching this video, I hope you're having a good day. I hope the sun is shining. If it's raining, I hope that you understand that the rain comes to nourish the soil so flowers can grow when the sun returns. And I hope that you are finding love in everything today, and we are working to continually mend those disconnections to become more whole and find that middle of truth. So I love you, and have a great day, guys.